off Tuesday to Friday, and I feel like it's translating on the field. So, I mean, Tuesday come back around, I got to get back to work and practice how I want to play.
When you start getting up there past the 15, 20 carry mark, what's the body feel like after you go games where you get 7, 8, 12 carries a game?
Honestly, I'm healthy. Coach Mike Joseph has been focusing a lot on just being durable, and I just caught a shot to the leg, and other than that, I'm perfectly fine.
No more cramps since that first game?
Nah. I think that was my cleats being too tight.
Outside the football uniform, are you a different person now than you were coming into this year, and if not this year, coming into the university here?
Definitely. I grew up a lot since I've been here. And I mean, just having to work for a lot of things. Honestly, in high school, a lot of stuff was just given to me just because the things I did. But I mean, coming here just made me a hard worker, and I mean, it made me more appreciative of the place that I'm at and just more hungry.
Russell, you talk about where you were at in high school. I actually had the privilege of watching you play in high school, and obviously the journey and going to Pitt and then things not working out and then being here and I guess this is one place we can talk nasty about Pitt. Just kidding. But what would you say is one difference? It seems to me like this school is like the team's so into it and the fans. I mean, they're just so much more passionate from what I've observed than at a Pitt game. I mean, this place is always packed. I come in here. I'm not from around here. 7 in the morning, people are already out partying, and then in Huntsville it doesn't have that atmosphere. And I'm not trying to cause any controversy. I'm just saying how has it been to you just being in this kind of team? Is it more like a family?
I mean, honestly, when I was at Pitt, a bunch of my teammates, it was a family there too. It was just a couple situations that I had to take myself from and move on and try something different. And when I got here, it was just more of a college experience. And the fan base is it's ridiculous, man. These fans are just diehard. They'll be out here whether it's raining, snowing, hailing, whatever it is. They'll be in them seats and they'll be screaming. So it's just like they say, it's almost heaven.
Yeah.
You had to play. You came here. You had to teach how to play the zone and all that stuff, and then they go back to the I formation. Did you have a little bit of a flashback there when they got in the I and you were able to have a fullback in front of you?
Definitely. Like I was telling them, it's something I'm very good at. I feel like I can just see everything that's going on, so it's just more easier for me to read stuff and make the right cut. And I mean, that's where I made a name for myself, is the I formation.
Looking at TCU, they talked about how they were able to run power football and go unbalanced and beat you guys the last couple of years. You kind of turn the tables on them a little bit and do a little bit and give them a little bit of their own medicine, you think?
Definitely. I feel like we feel very comfortable with our running game. With whoever it is, me, Kennedy, or Crawford, it don't matter who's in. We trust in the guys up front, and we feel like we have a special unit up there. And Elijah Woolman, he's just a dog that's going to put his head in there no matter what, whether he's hurt or not. And I mean, something we talk about is just getting our knuckles bloody and being blue collar.
Juwan mentioned, he said, if you couldn't run, you weren't going to win this game. I'm sure he told you guys that earlier this week. Obviously, talk about that. I'm sure you had that on your shoulders right away. This was going to be your game to shine, right?
Definitely. Big games, man. That's when the big players step up and make big plays. So Coach Sider said all week that the game was going to be determined by our room, how we performed. And I mean, it's just when we play well, the wide receivers are just, you can't guard them one-on-one. And it makes everything so much easier. And I mean, our offense is just at full potential when we're able to run the ball.
And I guess you had a feeling that you might have to get more carries today with Justin down, right?
Yeah, definitely. He was game time decision. So, I mean, like I said in practice, I was out there by myself. So I was just running my butt off and, I mean, getting prepared to be the only one out there if it was necessary.
How about possessing the ball and holding the ball? They only had it one time in the third quarter, and that helps your defense a lot when you guys are hanging on the ball and then getting points out of. Talk about that.
I mean, that was something we talked about, just me and Skyler. I was just like, man, we got to run down some of this clock, control the game, and help our defense out. Like you said, they always bail us out and help us out and get the ball back. So it was our time to step up and give them a chance to sit down, regroup, get everything together, and us to just control the game and move the ball.
Sometimes getting yards and first downs is almost more important than getting points quickly, because you're keeping them off the field and you're possessing them and shrinking the game and making them more. Do you guys sense that as an offense? Do you guys talk about that in the huddle? Hey, let's just eat the clock and consume the ball, and it's our ball.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like whenever you just keep the ball and you're just moving it down the field, it messes with the defense. They're like, man, we can't stop them. They're just really just moving the ball as they please. So, I mean, it's something special, and I feel like that's something we're going to end up doing a lot this year.
Well, I was going to say, as an offensive player, it's frustrating, isn't it? You know, like, with the ball. You want to score, and when you guys are hogging the ball, it just kind of puts a mindset in you, doesn't it? Describe that a little bit as an offensive player. When you know you don't have the ball.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's just...
It's a little frustrating, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you get tense and you get, right?
Yeah, it's like, all right, now, like, we got to score. Like, we just did 8 plays, but we got 4 first downs. But can we score now? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It has its time. Sometimes it's enjoyable just knowing that you can move the ball, and sometimes it's like, all right, now we got to score, and it's mixed feelings.
Last thing here, it looks like there's a synergy between the offense and the defense. In other words, you're not two separate units. You guys are all have a purpose. You're thinking about the defense is thinking about it. Just is that instead of, I guess, winning the game instead of scoring points. Is that a good way to describe how you guys are going about it?
Definitely. It's just a brotherhood, man. It's offense cares about the defense cares about the offense. Everyone cares about the special teams. It's just everyone's so close on this team that everyone's willing to do whatever it takes just to make sure your brother next to you or whoever you're lined up with is all right. And I mean, you got to be willing to sacrifice everything you got just so that man next to you knows that you never leave him out there.
Thanks.
Russ, we've talked a lot about shedding that 5-star rating out of high school, getting back to how you want to run the ball. How do you think you've done that so far this year?
Just being humble and working my butt off, man. I mean, I got knocked off my pedestal a long time ago. Got brought back to reality. So it's just, I mean, it's a humble experience, and I mean, never get too high, never get too low. It's just stay in the same lane and work your butt off.
Has this year been tougher than any other, or has it been a little better just knowing that it's your last go around? Is there any added pressure on you think, or is it better to run that way?
It's better. I feel like it's making me a better player, knowing that it's my last chance. And it's just, I got a lot of people depending on me, not just on the field, off the field. So it's willing to die for mine.
So I know we talked a lot about that in the preseason, about that sense of urgency. Has that picked up at all for you, or is it still just steady mindset, same kind of focus? How's that progression?
It's just steady, man. Can't ever think ahead. You gotta let the past go. So it's just taking it day by day and just being as great as you can for that day.
That ability to rely offense on defense, defense on offense, has that been the case throughout your time here, or some other teams weren't as united in that way?
Thank you, Al.
It's been the case, I mean, since I've been here, but this year is just, it's really, everyone's just so close, not just on the football field. You know what I mean? You see anyone outside or in class, it's just everyone's with each other and everyone's laughing, everyone's, you know what I mean? It's a brotherhood. It's just everyone cares about each other and no one's showing fake love just because you're on the team. Is I gotta be nice to this guy because he's on my team. It's not like that. It's, you know what I mean? I see one of my guys in a situation, I'm gonna go and get him out of it.
What is it what do you think it means to the defense that they play 4 snaps in the third quarter? I mean, the way that you guys typically operate, people would think that never happened. What do you think it means to them in a game like this?
Keeps them fresh. Lets them regroup, like I said, and just get their game plan ready for when they do get back on the field. And it's about helping each other. They help us a lot, so it was our turn to help them.